have a full face of Joah makeup, so let's go ahead and dive into this. So I recently placed an order on the Joah website because they were having a fantastic deal, which I'll talk about while I'm using these products. But I got almost a full face of Joah and I'm kind of excited to dig into it because while I've tried some Joah products before, my favorites have been discontinued. So I am ready to try out some more Joah and see what they have. So I'm going to go ahead and while we're talking, prime my face. I have the Joah Super Sidekick Mattifying Primer with a vitamin B. And I do like that it is a squeezy tube with a pump here. It does have a little bit of a slip to it, not so bad. Let's see. It almost looks like it blurred my pores up close. Like it, I guess because it's more of a my skin tone, that it actually blurred my pores and looks pretty cool. So let's see what it says on the back of this for directions. Let it set for 15 seconds. Wear alone or under makeup for soft, matte, smooth base. So far I'm liking that. That looks really good. And even up close, like it looks really good on my skin. So I'm excited for that one. I can't wait to use it again. We all know I love pore blurring primers because I also have to use them in my wrinkles. So moving on, I'm going to use the Joah Perfect Complexion BB Cream 2% niacinamide. And this says for healthy looking skin, medium coverage. And I got the shade JBB 100 Fair with warm undertones, which normally I get neutral undertones, but I've been finding cool tone foundation. Oh, that's interesting. Cool tone foundations on me are pulling a little bit too pink these days. So I'm going for a warm undertone and let's see here. Squeezy tube. Do I just want to, let's just put it on. Might be a little light. I don't know how much to use, but that's about how much I'm going to use. Draw 3s or M's all over my face, depending on how you look at it. I'm just using my sponge. I'm not sure I would say that's a medium coverage. I do usually like foundations that have a little bit more coverage than that, but it looks really pretty on the skin. You can definitely still see my dark spots, my freckles. Not bad. I think it feels pretty nice on the skin. Let me see if I can build up, especially like over the dark spots. All right, that built up a little bit, and it could be also that I'm using a sponge to put it on as opposed to a brush, but I am really not a brush person for foundation unless it's a powder foundation. So I like the finish of it. It's a very nice finish, and it's definitely not a glowy finish, which could also be the mattifying primer. So I did not pick up a concealer while I was there because I have actually used up the Joah Perfect Complexion Eye Serum Concealer. I used this up earlier this year and it was not a favorite of mine. It started out as a favorite of mine, but it didn't end up a favorite of mine. So I did not pick up the concealer again. And so real quick, I'm just going to use my LYS concealer. And while I was at it, I went ahead and set my face with my She Glam powder. Again, I've tried their mattifying powder. I wasn't a fan of it, so I did not pick up a powder. But this is what that BB cream is looking like on my skin. Set down, and I think it's really pretty. It looks very skin-like, which I don't usually say that a lot foundation-wise, but it looks very skin-like. Okay, I didn't know why I didn't do it to start with, but I zoomed you guys in so you can get a better look. But it looks very skin-like. It's very nice. It played well with the powder, the concealer. I kind of like it. Okay, first impressions are good impressions right now. Okay, so for my bronzer, I got this palette. It is the Joah Chasing the Sun Eyeshadow and Bronzing Palette. And in this palette here, you have, of course, the eyeshadows up here, and then you have 2 bronzers and kind of this highlighter with a little bit of a champagne gold undertone here. So I think I'm gonna dip into this bronzer right here for my bronzer for today. I really like the embossings on these. Oh, got a hair. Doesn't seem overly pigmented. All right, let's try this out. Wow, this really does just warm up the face. Okay. So this shade right here in the middle, Beachin, if you're near my skin tone, is kind of the perfect bronzer there. Just really gives you that suntanny glow, if you will. And for my blush today, I have options, you guys. I got options. So I got the Joah Flamingo Garden palette as well, and it has 2 blushes and a highlighter here, as well as the eyeshadows. And then I've got 2 of their Airlight Soft Powder blushes. So I got the shade Naked Rose here, and the shade, what is this? Pink Dahlia. So I got these 2 as well. So let's see here for blushes. I think I'm gonna go for Bronzy Eye today. I think I'm gonna try this shade right here, which I believe is Tea Time. We're gonna try that one for our blush for today. Again, with the embossings in this palette. Just stunning, just stunning. That's a little bit of a powdered blush there. It's a very subtle blush going on there, but I do kind of like it. It just gives it a little bit of a flush of color. I kind of wanted to go deeper. I think I'm gonna put in this one. It's more of a shimmery blush here, and let's see what that color looks like on top. Ooh, I like that shade. Oh, I really like that shade. It looks like it would be a lot darker in the pan, but it's definitely a shade that you could build up to that color or wear with just a sheening. Oh, I like that color. All right, let me do the other side real quick. And that is those 2 shades mixed. I really like the way that turned out. I think that's really pretty. And I've been doing my blush more back here and not bringing it all the way forward just to give me a little bit of a chiseled look. So that is why I did it so far back, but I really like that. Okay. These 2 here are really pretty blushes there. And that is kind of what they look like swatched, which is really shocking because this one here you would think is a deep color, but it actually is kind of just not so deep. For my highlighter, I'm gonna go back to the bronzer palette and I'm gonna use this highlighter here. I do want a little bit more of a goldy highlight. It does look a little deep, but we're just gonna go for it. And it is a very powdery highlighter as well. Put it on the brow bone. Ooh. Oh, I love that highlighter. Oh man, that's a really good highlighter right there. So far, this palette has me very impressed. Okay, let me do my brows real quick. I did not get brow products. I have found my all-time favorite brow products. I'm not switching from them, so let me do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have 2 choices for eyeshadow. I can go for a bronzy look or a more colorful look. And I love that the packaging kind of mimics what's inside. Like it's a pink palette with the pops of teal and what do you got inside? Like, why don't more people do that? Like more brands do that. Shouldn't the outside kind of mimic what's on the inside? But I think I'm gonna go for a bronzy look today just because I have really loved what I've used out of this palette and I kind of want to just see if this could be a good travel palette perhaps, that I just love everything in it. So to start with, you kind of have this lighter shade here and a deeper shade here, a really deep shade here, but I think I'm going to go into this bronzer right here to start with and just see how that works as an eyeshadow. Why not, right? Just kind of gonna put that in the outer corner here and up into the, oh, that's a gorgeous eyeshadow. Wow. You guys, for my brown looks for autumn, that shade right there is my new favorite brown. That is gorgeous. It's not warm, it's not cool, although I think it's pulling a little bit more warm on camera. It's just beautiful. Okay, really happy with that. I am going to take this shade here that is lighter than that one, and I am going to use it to blend out the edges a little bit on that bronzer. Obviously there's not much blending out the edges because these two kind of are pulling the same shade on my eyes. So there's that. Yeah, those are pulling pretty much the same shade on my eyes. They are not, there's no differentiation between the bronzer shade on my eyes and that lighter shade, but it's blending out beautifully. It is giving me the gradient because it does blend so easily. It's just the same shade as the bronzer. So to deepen up the outer corner just a little bit, I'm going to go into this shade right here. See if that deepens it up any better than the other shade didn't blend it out. Oh, that's a gorgeous shade too. Oh, that's really pretty. These are going on so beautifully. Wow, color me impressed. I don't even really think that needs to be blended out. That just went on so effortlessly. Okay. Wow, I'm super impressed with that one. All right, I'm gonna take this shimmer here. We're gonna try out a shimmer. So I'm gonna take it on a stiff bristled brush here. This might be a shimmer I have to use my finger for, which is fine. Yeah, okay. Take it on my finger here. Let me see if a wet brush works with that. And it's not that I don't like the look that I've got going on, because I do, but it's almost like it deposited the sparkle and no coloring behind it. So I sprayed my brush and we're gonna try it like that. This really is a pretty shade. It looks like it's more just gonna be like to add just a little bit of sparkle to it, not necessarily like it is to add shine. Maybe a topper shade, is that what people call these? I'm gonna call it a shade to give it a little oomph. And here's something to more explain it. So this is what it looks like, and it's got this beautiful like sheen going through it, but the base pigment behind it really doesn't match what is currently in the pan there, if you guys can see kind of. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's like a sparkly, beautiful shade to put on top of it and make it go together and give your eyeshadow a little oomph, but it's not necessarily a all-out shimmer shade. I do like that. I really do like that. Okay, I'm gonna use the highlighter right here for the inner corner. I'm gonna take this one right here, which is a shimmer shade, but a little bit deeper, and I'm gonna try to run that along the lower lash line. We're gonna see how that works as a lower lash line color. I'm gonna clean off that brush and go into this deeper shade here just to deepen out the outer part of the lower lash line. Just a little bit deeper. That shade is very powdery if you can't tell. I'm going to go into that highlighter again and kind of smudge it into the deeper shades on the lower lash line. I did go ahead and line my upper and lower waterline with my Sheet eyeliner in the shade Dirt Road. I did pick up a Joah liquid eyeliner, but I got it in the shade Periwinkle, and I didn't think that was really gonna go with this look. Now, onto the mascara. I did pick up a mascara, and this is the Joah High Roller Legendary Volume Mascara with a roller brush. It seems kind of like a wet formula, a unique looking brush. So let's go ahead and get this on my eyes and see what we think. Okay, so this is gonna be hard to see with the eyeshadow on, but let me get close. This is going to be a one coat of mascara on this side and no mascara on this side. It kind of gave it a little something, not a lot. Of course, I like very voluminous lashes. I do have very long lashes. I just don't have very thick lashes. So let's go ahead and try a second coat. This is going to be 2 coats of it versus no coats. I can see they're getting a lot longer because you can kind of see my eyelashes up here versus over here where you can't see how long my eyelashes are. So I do like that, and I can definitely see them looking into my mirror. Let's try a 3rd coat. Let's see what we got with a 3rd coat. So far it's building up very, very nicely. And this is going to be the 3rd coat of mascara versus no mascara. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It looks good. It definitely looks good. It looks good in person. I will say it did start clumping and I did have to get the clump out of my lashes. So 2, maybe 3, if you don't mind cleaning out a little bit of clumps. Okay, so this is what we got going on for the eyes. I will say this eye, let's see if I can show you, did tend to clump the lashes together more than this eye. This eye was more fanned and this eye is more clump. I don't know if that's the formula, the way I was putting it on, but I had to work really hard just to get these lashes as separated as they are. So this will take me playing around with it just a bit more. If you guys are new here, I do live an active lifestyle, meaning I do ride my bike and or walk everywhere. I do not own a car, and we do have a bunch of errands we have to run today, so I will leave wear notes down below on whether or not this held up to the sweating and the elements outside, if you will. So I'm kind of about this mascara. I will keep trying it, of course, but with one eye looking good and one eye not looking good, it might just be a super finicky mascara. So let's go ahead and finish off this makeup look with lipsticks. I got mascara all over my hand. I'm really hoping I don't get it on my face. And I did get 2 lipstick shades from this is the Air Light line, and I got the shade Jetsetter and Daydream here. This one here is Jetsetter and this one here is Daydream. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with Jetsetter right here for today. We're just gonna go in. I did not get a lip liner, so we are just going to jump right in here. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. That is so lightweight on the lips. I just kind of blotted it out using my fingers here just to give it more of a muted, blended in look. You guys, they must have been talking about like the wear, because this is super lightweight on my lips and it doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything. Not a lip balm, not a lip gloss, not a lipstick, not a matte lipstick. Like there's nothing there. That's amazing. Okay, you guys, this is my final look with using all these Joah products. I have to say the standout so far is going to be the lipstick. Holy crap, that feels like nothing. BB cream, which you guys, I'm still loving the way my skin is looking. It looks like a perfected version of myself. It's that pretty. This primer, I'm very excited to try with my other foundations as well, because I really did enjoy this. I like the way it blurred my skin even before I put anything on it, so that was nice. This palette, I do like this palette. This palette is I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more. I did use every shade in it. I don't like that this bronzer and this shade are the same shade. They don't look like it, but on the eyes, they do. I would have liked for this bronzer to actually come out this deep on the eyes. That would have been nice. But these over here, especially this dark shade, is a very powdery, like this is a shimmer shade, but you are not going to be able to use it with a fluffy brush. This is something you're gonna have to use with a denser brush. I used a fluffier brush, so it did not exactly perform the way I wanted it to. This one here definitely is an interesting shade, you guys. It almost seems like it's to create a matte look and then just to add a little bit of shimmer on top of it to give it a little bit of, like, you know, oomph, if you will. This mascara, I don't know, you guys. I don't know about this one. I will have to keep you updated on that one. If I didn't use any of the products that you guys saw and you wanted me to use, don't worry, they will be coming up in another Get Ready With Me. But I really enjoyed this. Joah had a fantastic sale going on, and all this makeup I only paid $40 for because they had their products up to, I think it was 75% off on the website, and then they had an additional 50% off coupon. So I went ham on this and I really enjoyed it. I'm really, really loving these products. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this kind of chaotic Get Ready With Me. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you're looking for a more colorful look, go ahead and check out this video right here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.